Alright, welcome back. This was where we stopped in our last clip, and I said we are going to be looking at the text area next and the button, right? So I will add my comment. I will set for text area, right? Then I'm going to add my h3 to set any other message for us, right? This time around you want the customer to be able to send message. If I save this and I refresh, you can see we have another message for us. Now if I should use the input text, for instance I said input, then I say text and I refresh, you discover that if a customer is typing now, if he is typing a long message, it will just, it's not breaking. This is not the proper way of adding a text area. So what do? We are going to remove this input, then we are going to make use of what is called the text area. The text area, are you getting it? I save and then I refresh. Now can you see that we have a text area now? Can you see text area? Is it working? It's working. Alright, now if I want to reduce the size, this column, this is where we reduce the size. If I make the size to be 10, for instance, I save and then refresh. Can you see that the column size have been reduced? If I want it big now, I can make it 50, say 50, and refresh. Can you see? Likewise this also, if I need the height, that is the row to be something else, maybe like 20, I save. See, this is the current row and I refresh. Can you see we have a bigger one now? So let me change it back to the default size, that is the column 30 and the row 20 for the text area. Is it working? Yes. I refresh, we have this back. And the beauty of this text area is you can what? You can drag and drop. You can drag it if you want. Hope I'm communicating right. So hope it's working. Yes. So that's the beauty of this text area. So the user now can enter a message, as soon as the message reaches the edge, it will break, right? Not like the previous one that everything was just in one line. Hope you understand now. So whenever you want to make use of a text area like this, you make use of this text. You call this keyword text area. You add the name. You add the ID, which we are going to be using when we get to CSS, and the column is called quotes. Then the rows. Are we together? Yes, I believe so. So I can just give it an idea of area. Alright, this is when we're using CSS that will start making use of that properly. Now to make it more fun, you can add a placeholder. Don't forget I showed you placeholder. Then you can add a placeholder and said enter your message here. I save. You can see we have a placeholder now that says enter your message here. Is it working? It is working. It's alright. So the next thing we do, currently now, if you want to break the message, if you notice now, everything is just on one line, and it's kind of, you can actually break down your codes like this. Since you have this text area, you can actually break down your code like this. You have name, if you want, as the case may be. If you discover that they are actually entering the other side and you don't want it, you can actually break down your code like this. But if this is confusing, you can return back to the default plan, to the way it used to be. Right? Now the next thing that we're going to add now, we're going to add a button that can, where to send these details. Before then, let me add a break, right? Then we said I'm going to call the button, right? I am currently recording this video outside. That is why you can hear some kind of funny noise. Okay, so to make use of a button, I will call the word input. Just as you know, instead of calling text, I will say submit. Submit. The type must be submit. As long as you're using HTML, the type must be submit in order for this to appear as a button. Then we'll now add a value that says send. We'll give the value of send. We'll save. We'll refresh. So we'll now have a button. If this button is too close, you can add the second break. We'll refresh. You can see it has given it a gap. Is it working? It's working. When we're dealing with CSS, we can then style this button. We can either increase it, make it. Don't worry, we are going to do a lot of stuff when we get to CSS. So this is the hotel feedback form. We have successfully completed it. So I strongly believe that we will understand, or we now understood how to create a radio button, the linked radio button, how to create a drop down menu, how to add text and check boxes, and then the text area. After that, you have your message. If you click send, it will go. Now when we get when we're not talking about JavaScript, when we are using the Node.js, whereby we'll be talking about the database connectivity, that is when by the time someone hits send, this thing is going to, it will be sent to the database. Are you getting it now? So just stay put and let's roll.